You know what I haven't heard anyone acknowledging? The fucking paranoia that the right is breeding in their coalition. How could you not turn into a paranoid schizophrenic if you're on the right? If they're constantly telling you that there is this deep state undercover cabal that's also satanic and is eating children, that's so embedded into the underlings of our government that you couldn't even begin to untangle it, that there's so many different layers to this, that even when Donald Trump is in power, they still have more power over him. Like, you can't trust historians, you can't trust scientists, you can't trust any government official, you can't trust anyone in academia. It's all part of a conspiracy. Everything that they do is malicious, set up to hurt you, to harm you, just because you are a Republican, because you are an American, and they don't like you. They don't like Americans, they don't like Republicans. They want to replace you with a bunch of Spanish people from Mexico. Can I show you guys something that my dad sent me? And he sent this to me unironically. Like, he sends me a bunch of political reels. I'm putting them in quotes because they're fake. Before I show you, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, drop a like down below, and leave a comment letting me know what you think.
This video was taken shortly after this woman found a truck full of children's bodies. I mean, this is horrible. The horrifying incident took place at a gas station in Michoacan, Mexico, where the woman worked inspecting semi-trucks. But on this day, this specific truck pulled in and something seemed very off about the driver. He was very nervous, tense, and sweating profusely. The woman noticed that the truck's back door was slightly open, so she decided to take a look. She slowly opened the door and immediately burst into tears. Inside were hundreds of children's bodies piled on top of each other like food. She also saw a lot of blood on the floor, and that's when she noticed black plastic bags, and when she took a closer look, she noticed they were stuffed with severed limbs. They were filled with small arms, legs, and even heads. This video was taken shortly after, and she is seen gasping for air and can barely even stand up. And what's even more horrifying, just days after this video surfaced, this woman was found chopped up in a suitcase left in a parking lot. And next to her remains was a message saying, "This is what happens when you saw what you
There's no way that these people think that this is real. These comments are fucking... I googled this, can't find this article anywhere. Maybe because it's fucking fake. Oh my gosh, do people not understand that this is satire? This is the breaking news, the fact that this is B-roll fake footage of this guy's with a GoPro. They put in footage of a GoPro. Why would a real news outlet have footage? These are just cops are just standing there. Nothing that he's saying is happening in this video. Oh my god. Okay, so someone put a story in here. This is not the story. Like, this is a story on Reuters, but this is just not the story that was on the Instagram thing. And now all of the Macedonians are in my comments like, okay, but there was this incident of a bunch of bodies being found in a truck, and so it does happen, and so it is real. My dad sent that to me. I know that he didn't like Google anything to try and find out any other information, or I know that he didn't fact check it. I know that he just sent it to me like just immediately. And I know that he's going on about his life believing that that's a true story that happened. Probably recently that trailer was found because of Trump, because of Trump's ICE raids. They found the migrant sex trafficking, and this is also the 320,000 children that the Biden administration, like, that's what he thinks about this video, when that's not based in reality. And thank God I'm lucky enough that my Macedonian dad is one of the normal ones, and he's just misinformed. But there are actually very deranged people out there that are very mentally unwell. And so when you give them this paranoia, this sense of constant fear, and I'm constantly being attacked, everyone is constantly going against me, and there's nothing I can do about it. If you give that to a mentally ill, deranged person, they're going to be mentally ill and deranged about it. There's no other way to put that. Crazed Maine dad rants against abortion, gay rights during armed police standoff before being killed by SWAT team. He filmed the video before the shootout, but just because it's a video right before he knows that he's about to die, I feel uncomfortable showing that. But he's basically in the video going on about how they're trying to arrest him because of his political beliefs, and how he's spent the past year jobless because he's been fighting the Democrats, and everyone's attacking him because of his political beliefs. And Maine is an abortion mill, and he's just fighting for the babies, and he needs to protect the babies because the authorities are protecting the rights of doctors to murder the babies. The reason why authorities were at his home was they were responding to a domestic violence call from his wife, who's 18. This man was 29, and that's his wife, I am all in favor of loving who you love, but if your wife has a 4-month-old at 18, you did not start that relationship when she was of consensual age. There's no way that was a consensual relationship. You groomed her. Sorry. That's just the fact. I'm here with my baby daughter, who they're also trying to take away. I assure you, I am not the aggressor here. He says after police were called on him for being violent to his wife. Not to say that he deserved it, just to say that this had nothing to do with his political beliefs. So the fact that he's filming this video blaming abortions and gay rights and the deep democratic state, which, by the way, he lives in Maine. Maine doesn't even have up to the 9th month, which he says in the video. Maine law allows for abortions up to the point of viability. Maybe he just doesn't know what viability is. Maybe he thinks that viability is up until they give birth. Maybe he doesn't know that viability means 20 to 24 weeks, because that's when you can have a preemie baby. Maybe he doesn't know what viability means. And he didn't care enough to research it, I guess. It's also like, if you look at the number 1 states with abortions, I'm not seeing Maine. And I know that the top ones are obviously the top because they're the highest populations, but 1900 abortions, and it's an abortion mill, and it's an abortion mill worth losing your life over. Like, this guy just shot at cops for no reason. Officers said Regini resisted arrest. A struggle ensued while law enforcement tried to take him into custody. He pulled a gun from his waistband and shot at officers as he retreated into his home. Then, when deputies and troopers attempted to back away, he grabbed another gun and shot at them, and he ended up hitting a deputy in the shoulder. I get being passionate about politics. I'm also passionate about politics. I can't imagine in what case I would allow my political beliefs to put me in this situation. Like, I can't imagine being so worth losing my life over something relating to politics that I knew so little about. Like, he didn't even know Maine's abortion laws. Like, he also asks authorities why they support the COVID vaccine, because he thinks probably that that's fake. He also says that he has been jobless for the past year because of his political beliefs, which I'm not really understanding that. Like, okay, but that he's been courageously fighting, like, the Democrats. And he's obviously unwell. He's obviously deranged. Wadsworth said she spoke to his wife on Tuesday. She said that's not him. She said he was having some sort of mental breakdown. She talked to him throughout the day and tried to get him to surrender, turn himself in, and said he couldn't do it. Like, this is sad. This is sad, and this is tragic, and this man did not, like, yeah, he was an asshole, probably hit his wife, but, like, he did not deserve to lose his life over something so stupid. Like, this is such an unnecessary way to go out. So unnecessary. And it's crazy to me that this is not being more directly attributed to the fucking propaganda bullshit alternative reality that the right is constantly perpetuating. If you're constantly telling your constituents that everything around them is a lie, obviously they're going to turn into a paranoid, schizophrenic fucking coalition. Like, obviously they're not going to trust anything. Like, it's a cult. And, like, that has serious repercussions in life. How come when Donald Trump gets shot at by a Republican, it's the Democrats' fault? It's the Democrats' fault because the Democrat has been using this rhetoric that's so harsh and so violent and incendiary against him. But when a Republican is shooting at cops because of their complicity in an abortion mill that is non-existent, that is being perpetuated by the entire fucking right fringe in power, that's not directly attributed. We can't connect those dots. I am against all political violence, all police violence, like all of it. Why is it so difficult to say like, yeah, it's bad when it happens on the left and it's bad when it happens on the right? Why do you have to get excited when it happens on the left to then excuse it when it happens on the right? Like, why? Like, all of the Macedonians were so quick to point at USAID workers trying to get into USAID buildings that they worked in up until that morning when they got fired via email. Like, Macedonians are trying to call that an insurrection. Why are you so desperate to project onto the left? It's fucking pathetic. Oh my gosh. Look, he changed his 1498 dog whistle to 1488. Did he see my video? Did he see my video where I called him out? That's crazy. That's crazy. This was a flag mark of RSBN. Sorry guys, that was just a breaking news update from RSBN. They changed the Nazi dog whistle from 1488 to 1498. Okay, and with that, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you like this video, leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys thought, and as always, 4 more years.